Hi guys and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here to join us this morning, and we have an exciting adventure that we are going to go on today and also for the next, really long time, because we are starting from the beginning of the Bible, like the very beginning. So in Genesis chapter 1 from verse 1, and today we are looking at the creation story. Now this is way back when, before the earth looks like it does now, before we have all the things that we do now. And there was nothing. And I mean nothing. I can't quite imagine nothing because there's always been stuff around. But when I do, I think darkness, because there was no light, nothing like that. So for me, I think nothing was really dark. But there's nothing. Except God was there. God was there from the very beginning. Now, God would speak and things would be created, things would come to life. Now, none of us can really do that because we can create things from clay or draw a picture or build things outside, but God created life from nothing. He would speak and it would come to life. So Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, there was God, and he created the heavens and the earth, and his spirit hovered over the waters. And then he said, "Let there be light." And he separated the light and the darkness. Now the light he called day, and the darkness he called night. And that was day 1. Now, day 2, God created an expanse, like a void between the waters. Now this is going to sound a little strange because how can there be water above and below? But we will get there. Okay. So he created an expanse between the waters and he called this the sky. So we had water above the sky, so like around the world, and also water in the world. Okay. And that was day 2. Day 3, the waters that were under the sky. Okay, so in the world, okay, he gathered them together so that there could be an expanse, a space, okay, and he called this dry ground land, and he called the waters sea, and that was really great. That was something cool to see, I think, from nothing to a whole bunch of water, and now we have land, we have things taking shape, and on this land, he put plants, okay, he put vegetation, and he told them to have seeds and to have fruit so that they could expand and multiply and make more. And that is the end of day 3. Day 4, light in the sky. Now, not just light during the day, which is a bigger light, but also light at night. So during the day, we have the sun, and that's a brighter light so that it's the daytime. And at night, we have the moon and the stars. Now, this was also put into place to help us keep track of days, like how many days and how many years and those kinds of things, to keep track of time. That was day 4. Day 5, God spoke and he brought living creatures into the world. So in the oceans, he brought fish and whales and sharks and octopus and all sorts of things that can swim in the sea and in the waters. And then in the sky, he spoke and there were birds and things that would fly around and had these huge big wings, or were really small and had wings. So God created creatures for in the water and for in the sky. And that was really cool to see. And that was day 5. Day 6, God created living creatures on the land. So these are like our ants and our elephants and our kangaroos and lions and all sorts of things that we have that live on the land, that can't fly and can't really swim in the ocean. So the animals on the land. And he made livestock animals, so that would be like cattle or goats or things like that, and then also wild animals, so your lions and things that you wouldn't really have as a pet or as a livestock. So not only did God create animals for land on day 6, but he also created man, and he made man in his own image, and he put man on the earth to look after and to govern and to rule all the creatures and all the things that he had made. Now, next week, we are going to look more at why God created man and how he created man, because that's a little different to just speaking and creating the heavens and the earth and the animals. God put a lot more detail into us. Now, day 6 is done. Day 7, don't know about you, but after a whole long week of working, I think it's time to take a break. So on day 7, God said this is a day of rest. It is a holy day because he had created everything. All the good work was done. He had created everything that needed to be done. So God created everything that we have in our life today. Now, maybe in the creation story, he didn't talk about creating your bed or your PlayStation or things like that. But in God creating those foundation things, and especially creating people, he gave them the insight and the knowledge and helped them to learn and grow to be able to create the things we have today. So I want you this week to focus on maybe not the things you have, so like your games or your toys or things like that, but focus on some of the things that we know God created in the beginning, in our creation story. So things out in nature and even your family and your friends, because God created people. So spend some time thanking God for the things he's done, and maybe you can even appreciate them more, because unlike us, when we want to create something, we have to use something that's already there. So if we're drawing, we're using paper or crayons and pens, or if we're building, we're using wood and nails and glue and those kinds of things. God can create and did create our whole world from nothing, and that is something amazing. So if God can create a whole world from nothing, just imagine how powerful he is and how extraordinary he is and how much he loves you and can care for you and whatever it is that's going on in your life. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again next week.